Welcome back, everybody. So glad you could be with me here today. Walter here, scrub-a-dub-dubbing on a piece of silver maple that's over 30 years old. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about camber. You know, the arc of a blade that we set up to do scrubbing. You have two choices. A severe camber, such as what is in the Stanley number 40. You know, it almost looks like a gouge. And I personally feel that's too much. Because, and here's why, when you set it up, you have something called projection. The projection of the cutting edge. The more projection you have, the thicker the cut. The finer the projection, the thinner the cut. But the steeper the arc of the camber, the narrower the shaving. So, it's a dance. I mention that often. When you're scrubbing, you want to remove wood quickly. However, there's two types of quickly. There is narrow and deep, or wider and shallow. So if I were to take this blade set and swap it out for my straight blades, and yes, I can do that on this number 4. So depending on the thickness of the shaving, this one is cutting thinner but slightly wider shavings. Now I can go a little thicker. Okay? And get a shaving like that. But what if I flatten that camber out some more to almost where it's straight? Like this blade is straight. It has maybe a thousandth of an inch camber, 2,000 at the corners. So that's basically my smoothing plane blade. Not basically, it is my smoothing plane blade. So if you use this to do scrubbing, eventually you're almost pulling full width shavings, but they're thinner. The added benefit of a flatter iron, okay, is you can bring your chip breaker closer. See, on a camber like this, you can't bring your chip breaker too close. So it doesn't do any work really. So what I will be doing over time, I'm not going to rush into it, but as I sharpen this blade and my number 40, I will concentrate on taking metal out of the middle, just the middle, not the sides. That way, it will become more and more flat. That's what I'm going to do. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you like yours. But in reality, if you have a slight camber on your smoothing plane, you still can scrub with it. It's a little slower in one aspect, but I like the fact that the chip breaker is working. And it also depends on the wood and your muscles and grain direction. But that's about it, everybody. Let me know what you think. Really, really sharp camber, take a narrow cut, only about a third the width of the blade, or do you want to use the whole width of the blade? Head out to your shop. Go make some shavings, but not before you like, subscribe, and share. Walter out.